Welcome to it, sports fans. It is the MKT Show. I'm MKT. Great weekend in sport, huh? It's the fixing my chair here. You got to fix your chair. That's what people got to do, all up in the world here. Uh, Great to have you in. Wednesday, the 17th of February. Feels good. Feels good to be alive. It's great to be great. What an evening of football last night. Phew, man, oh man. Barcelona. Wow. That's what we're going to talk about. Barcelona, PSG. And of course, there's a great storyline coming out of there. But for now, well, the Way to Go show is back again. I give my 5 picks. So go and check that out. Betway South Africa. That's Betway ZA on most social media platforms. The Way to Go show with me and Polish guy Ben Kopinski. I give you my 5 locks, my 5 picks for this week. And one of them's coming right. Novak Djokovic, I think, is looking unstoppable. And by the way, go and look on Betway's social media. Otherwise, my social media, I definitely said Tsitsipas would beat Rafa Nadal. So feeling good about that. MKT inspires on all social media platforms. Otherwise, it is Cliff Central Sport across the board. Sport@cliffcentral.com if you would like to type an email. Or you can just send a letter. I don't know what people do. I don't know what's happening out there. I haven't seen people in over a year. Pandemic and all that, All right, let's get into it. We'll make it short and sweet. There's Champions League football tonight for all of us who are football fans. And no, football is not the only sport in the world. It really is, but, some people say it's not. Proteas are back. Faf du Plessis retired. Good luck to him. All right, enough of that. Football, Barcelona, PSG. Listen, that got ugly last night. That's a tired Barcelona team, huh? Busquets, tired. Piqué, wow. Listen, the Gerard Piqué situation, so he's sort of Catalan footballing royalty. I think is it his uncle or his grandfather, like a lifetime honorary president of Barcelona. That's the only reason he's still there. He's always been a cart horse, but he wasn't this bad. And now he's old and slow. So he was slow by 25-year-old standards, but he had terrific reading of the game. But now he's fallen off a cliff. What is he still doing there? I think Busquets can still do a job, but you can't have both of them. Last night was embarrassing. But something interesting came out of that. Kylian Mbappe scores a hat-trick. And as we do now, of course, recency bias, there's social media now. Whatever happens now is the greatest thing that has ever happened, ever, anywhere, before, ever. Right? That's how it goes. That's what we're talking about. Kylian Mbappe, hat-trick. That last goal is an absolute banger. Absolute banger. No doubt about that. But here's what I know about today's society. Is new is always better, right? Yeah, new girlfriend, new car, new house. As long as it's new, it's better. It's not necessarily true, but, we live in this sort of conspicuous consumption time. And by the way, content is more available than ever. She's the prettiest. He's the most handsome. This is the best movie ever. This is the best series ever. This is the greatest footballer ever. Kylian Mbappe, I'm being told, is the greatest 22-year-old player of all time after scoring the hat-trick yesterday. And of course, he scores that and he becomes Pele immediately, right? Because never before has it been Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, over and over and over and over and over and over. When Pele was doing it, you couldn't see it over and over, right? People in Argentina weren't affirming what people in Mexico were saying. It wasn't impossible for them to link up. Egyptians couldn't see, what Uruguayans thought of a certain player. So the question ultimately becomes, at 22 years old, which Mbappe is now, is he better than Ronaldo squared, by the way? Because there's 2 Ronaldos. I think there's Cristiano Ronaldo playing now and the original De Lima version of it, and Leo Messi at 22. Listen, people that say Kylian Mbappe is better than either Ronaldo, right? There's 2 Ronaldos, as I've said, or Leo Messi at 22. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. If you think that, you are the dumbest person I've ever heard. You don't deserve to be allowed to speak about football. But let me tell you why. Because the Brazilian version of Ronaldo, number one, at 19, he came to Barcelona and was the best player in the world, right, for that season at 19. He didn't win the Ballon d'Or, But at 19, he came to Barcelona at that time, probably the biggest club in the world alongside AC Milan. The best, certainly. Maybe not the biggest, but certainly the best at that time. 1997, that was. Or, yeah, 97, I think it was. Or 94, 95. But when he came in 97, he was at Barcelona. And at 19, he was crowned with the name El Fenomeno. 19. So best player at Barcelona at 19. Okay, interesting one. Let's go to Ronaldo slightly down the road. He goes to Inter 2 years later. At the age of 21, he wins a little something called the Ballon d'Or at 21. 21, folks. Best player in the world. 21 years old. It's official. Unanimous. I mean, it was unanimous. Nobody else in the year that Ronaldo, and that's De Lima, by the way, talking about the Ronaldo, the Brazilian version of Ronaldo, the year he won it, nobody else got double figure votes or triple figure votes. He ran away with it. I think he got 222 votes, and everyone else was at 21 in 1997. He was unstoppable, right? El Fenomeno. That's at 21. Best player in the world, undisputed. All right, let's go to the Portuguese version of Ronaldo. At 22, which is what Mbappe is now, Ronaldo was the best player in the world. Right? Mbappe is 22 now. He's in his 23rd year of life. But Cristiano Ronaldo went on to do something else at the end of that season, turning 23 at the end of that season. He won the Ballon d'Or. Okay, let's go to Leo Messi. Right? Leo Messi at 22. So this is a direct comparison because people are telling me Kylian Mbappe is the best 22-year-old. At 22, Leo Messi was not only the star player, he was not only the best player in the best football team that's ever been assembled at Barcelona, ever, and it's not close. They played the best football. It was the most technically and physically demanding football team ever. He was 22 and he was the best player. But that's not the phenomenal part. Like, that would be phenomenal on its own, right? Like, oh my God, he's the best player at Barcelona. Oh my goodness. But in that team is a prime Thierry Henry, a prime Samuel Eto'o, a prime Andres Iniesta, a prime Xavi Hernandez in that very same team. I'll say those names again. Thierry Henry at his prime. Samuel Eto'o at his prime. Samuel Eto'o. Andres Iniesta, Xavi Hernandez. None were close to Leo Messi. And listen, at the top, those players don't just hand over the ropes to anybody. Like, if they think they're the best, there's one thing about the top. It's pretty democratic. Everybody knows who the king is. Everybody knows, because it's about ability, right? Your ego only takes you so far at the top. And then you have to hand the keys to your best players. The best players want to win. At 22 years old, Leo Messi was not only the best in that team, at 22 years old, he went on to win the Ballon d'Or as well. Not only the treble, by the way, not only being the best player in a team loaded, Xavi Hernandez, Iniesta, Eto'o, Henry, he was the Ballon d'Or winner. At 22. At 22. Listen, the problem for Kylian Mbappe in all of this, it's not to diminish his achievements and what he's done. But the problem for Mbappe is at 22, he's in his 23rd year of life. He's never been unanimously Europe's best player. If I said to you right now, if I offered you Mbappe or Haaland, you'd have to think about it. Yeah, I'm sorry, you would have to give it some thought. You'd have to go, that's tough. Because Haaland's delivering in Germany. Haaland may very well be the top goal scorer in Germany, and that league's 5 times harder than PSG's league, right? So Mbappe at 22, never been the best player there. So the other one I always hear is that Mbappe won the World Cup. Well, I have some bad news for everybody. And I'm never going to say the entourage helped him, because Messi had help as well, and Ronaldo had great help at United. So bless you for all the help you've got. But the World Cup's not the pinnacle of football anymore. It's not 1958. And it hasn't been for some time now. From the 90s, I'm afraid the World Cup has been slipping down the list. From 1992, the World Cup slipped down to 3rd, to bronze medal. I've said this before, I'll say it again. The hardest tournament in the world to win is the Premier League. It's not close. The best resources, the best managers, where are they all? With the best players. Right? Don't give me Barcelona, Real Madrid, La Liga. That's top heavy. You start to go beyond Atletico Madrid. Ugh, I don't love it. Folks, the Premier League has internationals sitting on the bench at Fulham. The Blades, Sheffield United, have people on the bench that represent their international teams. You go below 8th place in La Liga, and it's getting a little scary. PSG are the only world-class team in the entire French league. Can we stop it? But my point is this. Premier League, right? Champions League, World Cup. It's in that order. Winning the World Cup's not impressive anymore. I think it's pretty clear. I think 5 teams have won the World Cup in its history. Just go and look how many teams have won the Champions League. It's harder to win the Champions League. More resources, the best players, right? The best players are in Europe. All the best players are gathered in the Premier League largely. And now all the best managers are there. International football, there's no good managers there. You know that, I know that. So I'm not diminishing the World Cup. I'm just saying it's much harder to be the best player in the Champions League and the Premier League and win the Ballon d'Or at Manchester United than it is for France. Right? But I think another important part that people often leave out, and I think people don't want to look at this, I've always said, availability is the greatest ability. Kylian Mbappe now, going to his 23rd year of life, has still not played more than 29 league games. Folks, it means he's leaving 9 on the table. In the French league. Listen, PSG's games, all PSG games, are not as hard as their training sessions. PSG can put out 2 teams that are better than the whole league. So why is he not available? He's a little injury prone. And you don't have to like it. Just go and look at the record. He's never played more than 29 games. Ronaldo, by the way, from the age of 19 to 24, never played less than 33 games. So from the age of 19 to 24 at United, those are his peak years. From 19 to 24, the least games he played is 33. But here's what's more phenomenal. Since the age of 21, Leo Messi has not played less than 31 games. To this day. We'll see how it goes this season. Sorry, I can't have you unavailable and then your team's not winning the Champions League as well. Like, I don't care about the French league. There is only one team. They could play, honestly, they could play the kitchen staff at PSG and probably win Liga. It's a whole different beast of being the best player at Barcelona. I just want to say this because I think it's true, and you know it in your own life. Expectation is a killer. Sorry, Kylian Mbappe, there is no expectation at PSG. It's a whole different beast being the guy at Manchester United at 22 years old. Cristiano Ronaldo, that's another level. Because Ryan Giggs, Paul Scholes, Rio Ferdinand, and Nemanja Vidic, they're not tolerating I'm still developing. They got no time for Ronaldo. And by the way, for Ronaldo's sake, we had David Beckham. We don't care about you. We've won trebles before. Expectation is a killer. And I'm sorry, I'm always more impressed by somebody from the streets than a trust fund kid making it to become an investment banker. Right? What you have to overcome, that matters. Don't tell me Kylian Mbappe at PSG, who hasn't won a Champions League, and he had his chance. Last year was actually the time for him to win it. Hansi Flick's Bayern Munich, right? Hansi Flick came in the season, and they got absolutely trounced with Neymar. Folks, in his best team, I'm not sure he's the best player right now. Cristiano Ronaldo with Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs, Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, it was clear. That's the best. Carlos Tevez, Wayne Rooney. There was no competition. You go and say, in the French squad, who's the best player? Some people say Griezmann, right? Some people will say Griezmann. Kingsley Coman. Yeah, listen, you go to Man United at that time, I think it's very clear. Rooney, get out the way. Tevez, get out the way. And those two are beasts. Barcelona, Eto'o, Henry, Iniesta, Xavi. Not even close. Not even close. So expectation matters. You can't be the best player at PSG. Tell you what, I'll forgive Kylian Mbappe. I'll say, you know what, I'll admit it. If he goes to Real Madrid, if he goes to Barcelona and carries the weight of expectation, or comes to Man United, come to Man United. They need some help. And he goes there and he wins. And they get him an entourage, by the way, because let's get it right. Ronaldo and Messi had entourages at 22. But don't tell me that Mbappe doesn't have help now. My God. Di Maria on the bench. Last night, Julian Draxler came off the bench. Casares, Verratti. He had Thiago Silva forever, and he's never taken them to the promised land. All I know is at 22, Ronaldo was the best in the world. At 19, the Brazilian Ronaldo was the best in the world. At 21, Brazilian Ronaldo had a Ballon d'Or. At 22, Leo Messi had a Ballon d'Or and a treble. That's all I know. So I understand recency bias, but we got to shut this down. We got to shut this down. He's the best player at PSG. Maybe. Some people would take Neymar. I mean, I don't rate Neymar, but okay. Some people like Neymar. But can we stop? I understand recency bias. I understand YouTube. I understand Twitter. I understand it's this time. But he's not close. He's not close to the Brazilian Ronaldo. He's not close to what Messi was at the time. And he's nowhere near what Cristiano Ronaldo was at the time. I'm sorry. And I know with young kids, now new is better. Sorry. Been watching football too long. I don't love Man United. But I saw Cristiano Ronaldo and his rise. Sorry. That is a different beast. A completely different animal. And Mbappe's got it nice now. He'll be babysat at PSG. He can have it all his own way. No babysitting at Barcelona. They've had stars. They expect to win there. If Leo Messi wasn't it, get the hell out. Get the hell out. We don't care. Ronaldo, listen, they got rid of Ronaldo and they still won. They got rid of Ronaldo. Van Persie and Rooney said, don't you worry about it. We don't even need you. And they still won the Premier League. Those are clubs where winning's expected. PSG, it's kind of a new thing for them. Win, lose, So Mbappe's got no pressure. I'm sorry, it's not impressive what he's doing at PSG. I don't want to say the Farmers League thing, whatever. The French get sensitive about that, but do me a favor. Not close. Not close. He's not close. I'm sorry. Even now, I'd say João Felix. I'd probably take João Felix over him. Or at least it's a conversation. Or at least it's a conversation. All right. Let's finish off with a question. Rika Swart says, Adnan Januzaj was tipped to be the world's best player after he scored 2 goals on debut. Where is he now? Hey, listen, if you're an Arsenal fan, you got Real Sociedad, don't you? You will see him. He is at Real Sociedad now. He's very lucky. He's playing with David Silva right now, who I believe is the greatest number 10 the Premier League has ever produced. Yeah, it's true. Listen, I don't get caught up in recency bias. I'm old now. I'm old. And I know I may sound old, and we're all biased to our generation. But I don't like that Mbappe has not played more than 30 games in a season. Availability is the greatest ability. If you can't pitch up, I don't care how talented you are. Hey, we've all worked in an office where the best salesman was, he liked the booze a bit much and he wouldn't pitch up on Mondays and Tuesdays. Not great. Why should we have to come to Monday morning meetings if he doesn't? She doesn't. Right? I need you to be available. I don't care how talented you are. Being available is far more valuable than being talented. So until Mbappe cracks that magical 30 number for me just once, by 22, Ronaldo was already doing it. Best player in the Premier League and the best player in the world. 22, Messi was the best player in the world and winning trebles. So those are my thoughts. I'd love to know what you think. And that's it for tonight. Tomorrow we'll be back. It'll be Thursday. My goodness. Boy, oh boy, does time fly. Go and catch me and Ben Karpinski on Betway ZA, Betway South Africa's platforms. The Way to Go show. So I'll give you my 5 picks for this coming week. Really, really excited about how things are going to go this week. Hoping to go 5 out of 5. Like, share, subscribe, be a friend, tell a friend. You can go and check that out either on Betway SA or ZA. Otherwise, on my social media platforms, which is MKT Inspires. Otherwise, Cliff Central Sport. By the way, like, share, subscribe. Go and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Before you go, push like. If you don't like the content, then go get back to knitting your sweater or whatever you were doing before this. It has been a pleasure. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm MKT. This is MKT, the MKT Show, Cliff Central Sport. By the way, that's Gareth Cliff. He's just physical distancing if you're watching on YouTube. So he looks pretty small in the picture, but he's a pretty big guy, actually, 6'1", 6'2". He's just physical distancing at the moment. So it looks like it's a miniature cutout of him. But it's not actually a bobblehead. It's the real Gareth Cliff, and he's in here every single evening. All right, folks, for tonight, sport@cliftoncentral.com. If you want to get in touch, MKT Inspires on all social media platforms. For tonight, you could have been anywhere with anybody. You chose to be with me. It is an honor. But for tonight, we are the hell out of here.